got potential, but they need to give more to do. More agency to the individual player, I would say. To clutch out like 1v2 or 1v3 wins realistically. That's the one, I would say, the one shortcoming, and then the other would be the one main shortcoming of the design. The other I would say is mobility feels very clunky unless you're a certain set of characters who have additional mobility options. If you're not playing one of those characters, then you get to feel like you're moving around with cement shoes on. If they can somehow make the movement feel more fluid, combat feel a little more snappy, and less restrictive, and then, or at least a little more snappy. Maybe not less restrictive, but maybe not restrict what an individual player is capable of doing quite so much. It kind of feels like they did a similar design thing to it, like what Dissidia NT did to the Dissidia series, of heavily hinder the individual player in order to force teamwork, but then if you're a solo player, then you're just not going to have a good time. Most of the time. So, I think that's kind of where my impressions lie on this. Is if they can make movement a little snappier for across the board, maybe add a defensive mechanic that's universal instead of character exclusive. And, you know, maybe expand the combat just a smidgen. One of the things that makes Naraka have such a fun combat system is that you're actually allowed to cancel some actions into dodge roll, but your dodge roll has a cooldown, a short cooldown, so you can't just spam dodge roll out of everything. So you have to be smart about it, but you can animation cancel, which opens up the combat a lot. Joyce. But yeah, that's basically kind of how I feel about the gameplay. It's got a lot of potential, but they definitely have some tweaking to make the game feel a little bit better, and to enable some individual player agency a bit more, facilitate it. Once they do that, I mean, they've got a golden battle royale on their hands. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much what I think. Not an awful system. Just needs a little tweaking.
Looks good to me.
But that's why it's a beta. I hope they can tweak that and make it just a little more fun. Or at least make it so that you can squeak out of situations where you're outnumbered. If they can do that, then this game will be on the level of Naraka Blade Point in terms of fun, non-shooter battle royales. Don't point at me! Potential's there, that's for sure.